Welcome to today's webinar on More with Less, unified platform for IT performance and security observability. My name is Biswanath Mukherjee. I go by Bis, and I'm founder and president of Analytics. And I'm also Distinguished Professor Emeritus of Computer Science at University of California, Davis. Joining me on today's webinar is my colleague, Dr. Pulak Chaudhary, who is also founder and chief technical officer at Analytics. Today, Pulak and I will discuss why unified observability has become a strategic necessity for organizations of all sizes. It is not an IT optimization matter anymore. We'll explore how digital experience and infrastructure security are deeply interconnected or intertwined, and why managing them separately introduces operational risks, slows response times, and impacts business revenue. Our goal is to show how integrating observability across performance and security domains strengthens resilience and business outcomes. So our mantra is one platform, one price, one screen for unifying all your observability needs. Here's an agenda for our webinar today. We will review the reality of digital enterprises, particularly the IT operations challenges that enterprises face. We'll explain the meaning of unified observability, and we'll show how a unified observability platform works. And then we'll provide an overview of the Analytics unified observability platform called Xvisor. Our highlights of today's webinar will include why siloed tools are costing enterprises millions. By siloed, I mean tools that provide one slice of the view of the IT infrastructure as opposed to a unified observability platform. The performance and security correlation gap will be highlighted, how they are intertwined, how unified observability cuts mean time to detect and mean time to respond to incidents. And then we provide an overview of the Analytics Xvisor platform and highlight real-world outcomes of reducing the time to detect and respond to events from days to minutes. Okay, let us review the reality of modern digital enterprises today. So these modern enterprises operate in an always-on digital environment. Customers expect seamless performance, and their employees expect uninterrupted systems. At the same time, enterprise IT environments are becoming more complex than ever. With the advent of hybrid clouds, multi-region deployments, APIs, microservices, SaaS integrations, and so on. Add to this the rapidly evolving threat landscape, and the challenge becomes clearer. We have to manage highly distributed systems under constant attack pressure. Now, you all know the following statistics, which are based on various research reports, namely, the average cost of an IT outage is $165,000. The average cost of a data breach is roughly $4.35 million, and it requires 271 days on average to fix a security vulnerability. All of these disruptions cause revenue and productivity losses, which enterprises dread on. Let us go to the next slide and actually take a poll. So please respond to the poll. Okay. Here's the poll question. I'll just read it out. Poll question number 1. What is your biggest observability challenge today? A, too many disconnected tools. B, slow root cause analysis for mean time to detect and mean time to resolve issues. C, security and performance teams are not aligned. And D, lack of end-to-end visibility. So the poll question will show up on your screen, and we'll pause 25 to 30 seconds to get your responses. So please select one response that you see on your screen. Okay, so let us quickly review. It seems lack of end-to-end visibility wins this poll, which is what we hear a lot from our clients. Okay, thank you very much. Let us move on. Moving on to enterprise IT ops challenges, namely due to fragmentation. So let us consider the major IT operations challenges faced by enterprises today, namely due to fragmentation, that is due to IT teams working in silos. You know, there's a SecOps team, there's a NetOps team, there's a application or owner team, there's a identity and access management team, and so on. So today's digital experience teams and security teams often operate with completely separate tool sets. Application teams focus on performance metrics and uptime. Security teams focus on threats, anomalies, and compliance alerts. And these teams rarely share a unified data layer. The result is fragmented visibility and delayed collaboration during incidents. Silos increase the mean time to detect and the mean time to resolve incidents. When an issue occurs, oftentimes teams manually correlate logs across the various tools at their disposal. Business impact accumulates during this delay, leading to lost revenue, poor customer experience, and brand damage. Even worse, security issues can masquerade as performance issues and vice versa, causing misdiagnosis. So digital experience and security are quite intertwined, as I've been mentioning. Enterprise IT operations issues often appear in combination. That is, performance and security issues often tell the same story, but from different angles. User productivity, infrastructure faults, cyber risks, and infrastructure performance are often correlated. Let's take a few examples. A spike in latency might not be a capacity issue, actually. Instead, it could be due to a DDoS attack. An API failure not be a bug. Actually, it could be a security policy that is blocking legitimate traffic. Similarly, a service outage may be related to a ransomware attack. Also, cyber attacks directly damage user experience. For example, phishing attacks can lead users to lose confidence. Account takeovers can create frustration and churn. Service outages may result in immediate abandonment of those services. Therefore, performance degradation often signals underlying security anomalies. When we treat them separately, we miss the correlation. Let us take another poll question now. All right, here is our poll question number 2. How many monitoring tools does your team use today? Yeah, 1 to 5 tools, B, 6 to 10 tools, C, 11 to 20 tools, D, more than 20. We've lost count. Okay, all right. So we can see the summary of the results of this poll. Most of you, 2/3, voted 1 to 5 tools, and the remaining third voted 6 to 10 tools. And this makes sense, particularly in small to medium enterprises or even in large organizations, but with smaller IT teams, as typical in some universities, for example. Okay. All right. Now, my colleague, Dr. Pulak Chaudhary, will take over the presentation for the rest of the webinar. So let me hand over to Pulak. Pulak, over to you.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you for clearly articulating the enterprise IT ops challenges. Now, how do you proceed with addressing these challenges? When organizations rely on multiple disconnected IT tools, the main problem that happens is it often leads to data silos. And it also increases operational costs and limited visibility across the environment. These challenges make it difficult to correlate events, identify root causes, and respond efficiently to issues. Therefore, modern IT operations need a unified platform, a platform that can provide a unified observability. Now, what is observability? Observability goes beyond traditional monitoring. Monitoring tells us when something breaks. Observability tells us why it broke. In a unified observability platform, IT teams can achieve full stack visibility across applications, infrastructure, and security layers. And this consolidation reduces complexity, obviously eliminates redundant tools, lowers costs, and enables better correlation of data in real time. As a result, organizations can improve performance, strengthen security, and deliver a more seamless digital experience. Unified observability brings together infrastructure telemetry data, application performance data, user experience data, as well as security intelligence into one correlated environment. And with that platform, instead of asking multiple teams to investigate separately, we gain a shared operational picture. It becomes immediately clear whether there is a slowdown, it caused by infrastructure saturation, there's some capacity issue, malicious traffic, there may be a security issue, or just simply a configuration error that might have blocked some traffic. So how would a platform which will provide the unified observability would work? The first step is cross-domain telemetry and data ingestion, bringing all data into a common pipeline. At the data layer, it should be able to ingest data, both textual data as well as metric data. So this data can come from telemetry from applications, infrastructure, network, endpoints, API services, IoT or OT devices, as well as cloud platforms. Next step is to synthesize the data in a way so that real-time correlation can be done. That is, linking textual and metric data or performance or security data. And these data feeds should go to a centralized processing layer that can normalize and correlate these signals. Obviously, after that, it should also enable AI-driven analytics, identifying anomalies across layers as well as across different stacks or domains, from security to performance or performance to security. Some of the AI techniques can be state-of-the-art Gen AI models, as we are seeing the proliferation of that in the modern technologies, as well as traditional concepts like knowledge graphs, provenance chains, threat intelligence models, etc. On top of that, the platform should provide a unified dashboard, and it can also automate the alerting system to deliver actionable insights and also enable the automation by triggering intelligent workflows instead of manual escalation. This unified observability architecture should support multiple use cases for different IT teams, from NetOps to SecOps to CloudOps, as well as OT or IoT ops. Now, let's take another set of poll questions and see your responses. The question is, what outcomes matters most to your organization? Faster incident detection and response, reducing tool and licensing costs, stronger security posture, better end user digital experience. All right. I think we can see the attendees are divided on all aspects. So all these things are very important. We definitely want to, if you are an IT ops person, your main goal should be faster incident detection. But at the same time, if you are trying to provide the better performance to your users, better digital experience would be the most important one. But overall, like, all these things are very important, and they should all be considered to provide the superior business continuity for your organization. So what is analytics bringing to solve this problem in the market? We are introducing Xvisor, analytics' industry-leading unified observability platform. It provides a comprehensive view across all environments: cloud, external networks, the border or edge, as well as enterprises' internal infrastructure. Xvisor provides a single pane of glass for unified full-stack visibility from the endpoints all the way to the cloud and everything in between. Through advanced AI/ML methods, Xvisor automatically creates behavior profiles on both performance and security dimensions of each and every network entity. It also creates patterns or execution paths over cyberspace, known as provenance chains, as well as the causal relationships among the entities, using a concept called knowledge graphs. Xvisor uses these behavior profiles, provenance chains, and knowledge graphs to find abnormal or malicious behavior and generate threat intelligence as well as performance degradations notifications. Xvisor also uses causal and graph relationships of entities to find the root cause of issues and reduce alert noises. The platform dramatically reduces detection and resolution times and improves cross-functional collaboration between IT operations and security operations. Xvisor Unified Observability Platform speeds up the root cause identification, proactive threat mitigation, and obviously that thereby providing customer satisfaction. It also reduces the operational friction and drives more data-informed decision-making across IT and security leadership. Finally, unified observability brings together performance, security, and digital experience into one intelligent operational model. It shifts organizations from reactive firefighting to proactive resilience. The question is no longer whether to unify observability, that is already where everybody is going. It is how quickly we can execute. Create that operational model through which you can achieve that, and we are here to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pulak. And audience, if you have any questions, you can use the Q&A. Maybe you can take this one. Can you clarify whether this platform can serve the purpose of NOC, that is Network Operations Center, while SecOps is understood to be the topic of this webinar?
Yes, although we explain things from the security perspective, the platform can be utilized, as we showed in one of the slides. It can be utilized for both network operations as well as security operations. We collect data from network devices, all different types of logs, syslogs to flow logs to VPC data that is coming from the cloud, as well as other infrastructure data. So all these data, they are organized and we are continuously monitoring them using our models to find out anomalies that can impact the network operations as well. So the short answer is yes, it can be used for both network operations as well as security operations.
Thank you, Pulak. And here is another question. How is this platform different from other similar tools in the market? And maybe I can take this question. So, as we explained, Pulak and I, during our webinar today, unified observability, which the XYZ platform provides, brings together performance, security, and digital experience into one intelligent operational model. There are various other tools out there, and some of them, and they provide observability, uh, but they provide observability of a slice of the IT infrastructure spectrum. For example, there are APM tools, application performance monitoring tools, that are application centric, but they are network agnostic. And again, the point I'm making is that it's the siloed view that some of these tools provide. There are many SIEM tools and SecOps tools. There are many DEM tools. Each of them provide a siloed view of the infrastructure, and we need a holistic view, a unified view, where we have the same unified back end, front end, and then, as we preached right in the beginning, one platform, one screen, one price. Okay, those are the two questions I had at
Thank
my
you, Miss.
disposal.
We have a
Yeah,
few more
you go ahead.
questions.
Yes.
So the another question is, how do you validate the root cause identified by AI models is actually correct? Good question. So how you validate? The essential way of validating is through the relationships. You create a digital twin of your system inside the platform and through which you collect evidence. As I said, like the data that comes from the performance domain that can give some signals that can ultimately lead to some root causes, which may be a security problem, maybe a DDoS attack happening. So if that is the case, if you collect evidence from multiple domains and multiple layers, and all of them they are pointing to a specific issue, and that root cause through federated learning, you can identify the exact root cause and then give the evidence so that like it becomes clear to you that this is the reason why this is happening. So that's how you can validate that the AI model, what it is giving, it is also correct. Next question is, what are the types of data you collect to do performance and security analysis together? Another good question. So it is always the case that performance and security tools, they used to collect the same set of data from the same network, but with different ways. So what we are bringing together is we are collecting the network data. Let's take an example of network. All the networks you see packets are flowing on the network. So these packets and the flows, you can use it for performance analysis. You can use the same flows and packets to do the security analysis. So if you capture the same set of data, then you can utilize it depending on which domain you're looking at it. So that's what is one of the type of data that we collect. On top of that, we also, as I said, like we collect data from cloud, VPC logs, CloudWatch logs. In the endpoint, it can be the process data, it can be the traffic data, it can be package information, vulnerability information that can be useful for giving you more information of why one specific device is acting in a way or in a malicious way. So all this information can be synthesized together to give you a complete picture of what is going on in infrastructure from the endpoint all the way to the cloud and everything in between.
Okay.
Is this solution in any way addressing DPDPA Act in India? I'm not aware of this act. Bis, do you?
Is it similar to GDPR? Maybe
Most
we can try to
probably.
respond from that angle. Yeah, maybe
So,
respond
so
from that
if it
angle. Yeah.
is if it is data residing in your domain, and and then it doesn't leave your premise or India or your specific geolocation. Yes, so we have models through which you can deploy the entire solution inside your network. That way, data will never leave your premise. Or if you want to use our SaaS solution, we can deploy your solution and keep your data in your specific geolocation that you're looking for. Next question is, what are the integration possibilities with other environments? So as we talked about, this is a platform. So the platform can collect all different types of data from textual to metric data. And we have integrations available out of the box for many of the major platforms. Um, I'm not going to take names here, but if you want to, let's say, get data from another REST API, third-party REST API, you just integrate using our REST API adapter or other ways of collecting data. If they are standardized, then they are supported out of the box. If they are not standardized through other APIs, we can easily integrate them with other solutions as well.
I think we have done about half an hour. So if there are no other questions, we can then wrap up our webinar. Is that okay, Pulak?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you, friends, for joining in from various different parts of the world at various times of the day. Particularly in the US, it's pretty late in the evening. Thank you all for joining us today's webinar. And if you have questions, please do reach out to us, and we'll be happy to work with you on your challenges and solve important problems for our society. Okay, with that, we will close our event today. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll be holding similar such webinars again in the future. Thank you.